What have they been workshopping?
Crazy.
What have they been able to cook
T1
up?
on attack.
During the offseason, when they played
DRX
T9
on
in the Red
defense.
Bull
My
Homecrowns
expectations for
Championship,
T1 on this
I was
map is
somewhat
pretty
impressed at
much
times, at
on
other
the
times,
floor.
I think you're seeing some
Oh
of the
my
issues
goodness.
that we've seen
Slimmetry,
throughout
thank
the
you so
stage,
much.
where there's a little bit of lack
Holy,
of coordination.
25.
There's a little bit
25,
of
cementing yourself at the
predictability, but they
top
set
of
up
the
some cool trap
50. That's
plays,
crazy, bro.
particularly
Thank
around
you so
Meteor.
much. Tat, you
Really
know what to
keep your
do.
eyes on some of those trips and things that he's going to be doing.
The
On
Pacific
side of
final,
DRX,
Slimmetry's
it's all about
kicking it
mid
off
control.
with
They've been
25
one of the
gifted.
best teams
Make sure you
on
get
this
the
map.
slug
So
oil
going back to
spam
last
going.
year, they had a
Thank you so
great
much,
read on this
Slimmetry, man.
initially. It's a lot on
You're a
to Bane
crazy,
and
crazy
Flashback,
dude, but I
not
really
just
do
to be
appreciate you.
anchors, not to just kind of do their job in that role, but to make sure that mid is under control in terms of the information game.
Oh, here comes the self drone. Fault line gonna get connection onto Hyunmin. Sets up the cloud burst with Buzz.
Oh, the timing on that was nuts. Wait, are they?
A little bit of a scan here. Spring tries to stay tucked away. Buzz out for blood, but not gonna be able to find any more. Spring does manage to answer one back, so both teams without the
Wonder if
duels,
they're
the
actually
plant
like
being ready to come through. Carpe building some space, pushing forward, but Freeing
had a good amount of
quick
practice
peek
with it.
out of the nebula, able to find that headshot, takes him down.
Dude,
finds himself a
Freeing
third, a
has
fourth.
killed 4
As Meteor now
on the
last
retake
one
on his own.
Freeing will get an ace to kick
God,
off the grand
gonna go.
final.
Look at him, dude. That's such a
Welcome
nuts
to
way
stage
to
T1.
start.
This is what you're in for.
The man
Yeah,
is
he's gonna be
Taeho
2 away from his ult
personified.
as well. What
And he
the
gets it
hell
done
is that
with the
start?
ghost here. Just walks in and
Again,
starts
Freeing,
knocking
thank
players
you.
down.
Sorry, Symmetry.
Unbelievable. I
Did
thought
not show in
T1 looks like
lack
they
of
were pretty
sleep.
sharp
Symmetry, thank
execute.
you so
Buzz
much.
getting the
I
opening
appreciate
kill.
you.
They've got the aftershock to try to set him up for a second. A good
Thank you, Freeing, for the
stun
25
onto
gifted. Yeah.
Hyunmin as well.
No, thank you so much,
Sags, I think,
Symmetry.
using
Thank
his
you, thank
utility
you.
pretty nicely on the breach. Obviously, you would kind of expect
I
that.
appreciate everything, man.
It is his, I would say, signature agent throughout the years, but that is just disgusting. And just, there he goes. He's letting him know. I mean, this is another thing about this DRX team. Obviously, you've got firepower.
Bro's play was so good that it rewired my brain.
They are so loud, even Mako.
Honestly.
Seeing that energy really
Still in the first hour, dude. There's gonna be some mad stuff going on.
the days, but 5-0 start for Freeing. He's going to be a big pain point here for T1, you would suspect, given that Armageddon is just 2 charges away.
Yes,
Quick
again,
little
if anyone got
jump into the
gifted,
gate crash,
and Symmetry, say thank
identifying
you.
the position there of Hyunmin, seeing the outlaw in hand.
It's very generous, bro. 25. You're also hitting the most insane numbers in such a short time.
If you do any damage.
And then considering the push up, it looks like call is made to not over-aggress to play.
A Saherence as well. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for that as well, mate. James TM with the Prime also. Thank you so much for the 5 months.
How impactful these dimensional drifts have been across.
Would it be weird to say that APAC feels a lot more structured than NA? I think it's team-based.
Immediately the intro coming through, but Flashback is at the ready.
Yeah, dude, Buzz, you might see this a lot from Buzz. When you get a solo Yoru on this map, especially as there might not be that too much practice, he does have to absolutely send it sometimes. And yeah, we might see him just be going down a lot.
T1, not just because you're losing these rounds, but because you are stacking ults on a couple of
James again, thanks so much for the Prime.
Armageddon. You're a couple away from the neural theft for Flashback, so the ult cycle could really come into play.
Thank you, Flashback. Yeah, anyone that gets over 4 kills, we're just thanking him today.
Find these moments where they're able to get value in rounds, kind of take rounds away from T1. I'm pretty curious to see if T1's going to keep aggressing towards B, keep trying to punish that space, and already a shift here from DRX moving, and this is leading to what I was talking about, trying to punish Flashback.
Outlaw that'll pop 2 people. Freeing gets his ult on this one.
Really stack up, you know, with 2 rounds at B.
And we're just going for a kind of a classic.
Some kind of attempt.
Like an Ascent classic. Just 2 people that can play behind the smokes, try and get kills off the trips.
Clear of the tower. The
force back there.
That's a real one.
Checks it.
Not Durka.
Just in case.
Now you gotta check it. Now it's in everybody's heads.
True. But if that kind of change up, that might be necessary for T1. Something that unexpected. Given the previous read on that gate crash with Buzz. We'll see though as they now get ready to attack in onto the A site. Up the rope to go. Buzz hits the floor. Bane holding things down.
Goes in behind them, forces them through onto the site. That's nice.
That's about it. Carpe locked out.
Yeah, it's a strong ult. This is going to be a rough start for T1. You can feel it. You can feel it and see it already.
The hold for the rifle is going to be called, so we'll just go ahead.
Cold Hands, thank you so much as well. Cold Hands, appreciate the tier 1. Thank you for that.
Great understandings here from DRX. They put their positioning really nicely in terms of letting T1 feel like they've created enough space where they can get in, get the plant down, but you shut Buzz down on that rope. That doesn't give you the opportunity to create an extra flank angle. Then you're able to just knock players down with some good sniping from the back of A after the smokes dissipate. And you're able to do a nice job there. Use the Armageddon to make sure that any of the reinforcements trying to arrive from A main aren't able to really do any damage.
Whose map pick is this? It's DRX's pick. But remember, they get double ban on this one, so this is the map where they feel most confident. T1, we haven't seen them on this map. Probably for a reason.
Is they can get a little bit predictable. They can get a little bit execute heavy, and I think that's obviously partly stacks of style, going all the way back to the Vision Strikers days and things like that, but also just maybe still trying to find some comfort, some comfortableness with this team. Comfort, yeah. And I think
comfort.
That's going to be something that I
That's
need
the word
to see
we're looking
coming
for.
into Bangkok that T1 needs to work on. Is being able to spread the map a little bit more.
Okay, double hero
test some
gun.
Space,
Keep an eye on it.
utility,
Bruce in the
otherwise
YouTube
you can
chat. Thank you so
generally
much,
kind of
Bruce. Thank you,
understand what
thank you.
they're doing pretty
Sticky, after
quickly,
the
especially
America's
with a team
finals with
that's like
Sentinels
DRX
having
that's
2
really
weeks of
aggressive at
practice
getting
for the
early.
Haven, would you put them in the same tier as G2
Jump across, couple
and
players
potentially
maybe go down
Vitality?
by Mako.
I think I might be tempted to.
Here in this position.
I do think G2 probably, well, I don't know, Sentinels impressed me so much yesterday. So I think they can get their, I would add their Fracture in there as well. I think because of the stuff they have to fix, you would probably put them a little bit below still. But I have belief Sentinels can beat G2 now after watching it. Just gotta fix Haven, which is gonna take a long time. Like 3-4 days? 3 days? And then Fracture, that would take like a day. But they got time.
Push up into the smoke. Look at the right click point blank on the flashback. 2 players down, but DRX now 4-0 to start on Abyss.
Give me a
This is
big
a great
round.
round for Freeing again on this B site, but he does something a little bit different this time. Obviously, he's fragging out. We know he's capable of that, but he throws a great stun here when T1 is trying to set up a play to break out from behind the B site box. And that slows them down.
Give Sentinels a map ban. Yeah. I think that actually would change a lot.
You can see around the corner right in front of Mako.
They did great, man, yesterday.
That slowed up T1's attempted kind of multi-person swing out that they were trying to do. And that also set him up for some big kills.
Cells has turned into Megatron the last few days. Yeah, he was looking really good.
He does it in so many different ways.
It was a big step up for that final. It was pretty high level.
Right now, looking incredible.
The best sign for Sentinels yesterday was that that Abyss. That was awesome. I would love to know how much practice they actually got with that Abyss comp and like how they wanted to play it.
There's a lot on the line here for T1. Pride, obviously.
I don't think it was much. I think it was all theory.
Together, for Autumn having never beaten Termi in an official match. That's a huge deal.
The team straight up not practice on some maps. There's definitely teams that will have a permaban that won't practice that map.
You've been coached for so long under that guy.
And it's very common for like new teams. Like new teams form, and if you gotta try get 7 maps up to a good point, you gotta sometimes cutting off one map and just focusing on the other 6 is good. Like say like a new agent came in, pretty much like this, and you had 10 days, and you got 7 maps. Getting rid of one of the maps is pretty good. You then heavy focus on 2 maps because one of them you're gonna pick, and do 2 just in case it gets banned by the other team. And then you can kind of spend an okay amount of time on the other ones. It's like what you would do with time pressure. But this is looking like T1's best go at it though. They haven't broken any of the trips though, so if you DRX, you're kind of feeling that no one's actually pushed back here. And that recon scans, it should be an okay retake because of that. Ooh. Very nice. Dude, 5 people fighting on site, no one over towards A main.
Yeah, just a quick hit here from T1. Something that they've been able to do reasonably well in some of these rounds.
Yeah, look good.
Get there fast and get to the site. It's just generally DRX's retakes have been quite good, and a lot of that is on the back of Freeing, of course, but this time around, even though Freeing does get 1, Stack's able to shut that right down.
Stack's is winning that round there.
Reswing. get Meteor up on the box. Good control of mid this time from Meteor.
Okay, let's see how many they can string in a row. 2 people go down, so probably an eco after this if they lose. Change of the trips after DRX spotted them. Sorry, after T1 spotted them.
Really nice hold.
Oh, that's nice. Cage that leaks over, you camera outside. You could check under and top. You could even check here maybe. Dual block this? Wait, that's a nice camera.
From Meteor, though. Cam got the tag out onto Hyunmin. They note the operator on the opposite side of the map, so it looks like they would just want to try to barrel into A once more.
Just about these trips.
Very narrow one. Shock Dart will be able to clear out one. Rolling Thunder goes into the back. Flashback just shallow enough to not get caught by that, and there's the ping. As Bane chooses correctly,
yeah, he did great on that. He's looking at the trajectory of the other one as well, just moving straight forward. I was like, well, that's going to go off the edge. It can't be him.
All 3 remaining players from T1 noted here in A main. Trying to push forward from here. Could just be nigh impossible. A 3v5.
They're going to have to go save, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Fantastic shutdown as the fault line not connecting onto anyone. Freeing still here in heaven. Meteor trying to just storm his way into backside, but Bane
just 2 directly through the smoke. Not too bad. 1-9 loss bonus. Got to start looking over here. 2 people that
crazy good
gonna have no money.
Back on this Cypher. Just a great read on how this execute was gonna look. He saw and he understood. He double took, yeah.
50-50.
He thought about going for the fake out first and chose
oh,
correctly.
Wait, those first 2 kills.
Well done. But that dual trip setup from the get-go was going to be
freeing. If he keeps up this form, yeah, he's in. He'll be top 10 for Bangkok. It's actually kind of nuts the level that he's playing at.
That really stymied their ability to find any kind of success there. So it's back to a low buy. Stinger in hand for Buzz. Guardian for Meteor.
Ooh. One into the shoulder through the corner of the wall. A little jiggle gate crash peek out onto the
How do scrims work? Is it always against other teams? I mean, you have theory stuff that you can do on your own server time. Where you're just like explaining stuff, or you're maybe just like dry running strats, or like fast strats. Or even just like little combos. But a lot of the time you're literally just finding tier 1, tier 2, sometimes tier 3 teams to play against the crack.
Do they realize that they've given up this space? Well, they certainly do now, but it's Meteor who's eating the lion's share of the damage, tries to go for the ADS, but just cannot line him up. Once again, the Aftershock here onto the box, trying to force it back, but Hyunmin still in play. Finds a shot on Izu, caught bait dead. The rescope, not going to be good for it. Buzz at range with the Stinger, does manage to take down the opposing jet, but they are still at a massive disadvantage.
Big flash. Ah, dude, the flash doesn't go over.
And that's when Freeing strikes. Another 2 kills, another round.
Yeah,
DRX.
let's see that. Let's see the extra buy round, but 6 is already too much on defense here.
They're just looking really comfortable. The rotations are really snappy. They're doing a great job of getting to, you know, wherever T1 is going to strike relatively quickly, keeping them off balance.
Eco? Yeah, you'd have to include Eco. Eco's putting up insane numbers.
Mostly pretty good. I mean, other than Hyunmin losing that battle to Buzz with a Stinger, things looking pretty solid for them. A little bit whiffy here from Meteor. Bane able to kind of maneuver his way out of the out of the angles that Meteor was trying to hold. Bought enough time. God, Freeing is so snappy, man. He just looks like he's in normal Freeing mode for us here in Pacific.
Yeah.
He's been just lights out.
Look at that. We could sell out 2 arenas in 2 different cities.
That's right.
Step up your game, Americas.
That's right.
Oh, almost.
It's okay.
It's fine.
That's why God gave Jet an updraft.
Is anybody going to tell Jeremy that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
It's all good. Mako sat here backside.
They got so many ults.
Wire waiting on the opposite
You'd
side
imagine
of
Mako's in trouble.
Buzz looks to open things up. There's the spot out onto the Astra. A couple shots.
Got one.
Mako
Did incredible.
Jump out off the back of the stun. Buzz is able to
Yeah, I wonder there. Whoa, that's incredibly fast.
Now into a 3v3.
I was gonna say I wonder there if.
The salvos flying. Buzz completely.
Oh my God! Look at the whole of sight there. That's crazy. The whole of it's filled up with damage.
Now Stacks dead, Freeing snappy as ever.
Wait, he's really fast.
to seal the deal on the round.
That was
Just
cool.
starts
That was
looking
really
all
cool
right
to
for
watch.
T1.
So this
DRX just pulled the
fast
rug
flood
out
was
from
really
underneath their feet.
really nice.
That is an absolutely
There was a small
filthy
mistake
combination
put
of
in there.
utility.
Like Flashback probably
Absolutely
just needs to accept that
disgusting. The
Mako's
Hunter's
done
Fury
for,
to keep the plant from going
and
through
then they retake
into
together.
the salvos and the Armageddon.
Because he did
There's
incredible
no
to get
space
one.
anywhere on that B site.
But then yeah,
There is no
you
choice but
just
to
see
back off here as
Flashback just
T1,
absolutely
and
sending
that's
it. Dude, that
perfect
shot is so
for
fast.
DRX because
That first
you've got
one
an
is
operator,
incredibly
because
fast.
you're able to retake control of this box.
Pokies
just
roll with the prime. Thank
completely
you so much. I
shut them
appreciate the
out.
26 months.
Focus down on that choke point. Unbelievable stuff from DRX. They are so well drilled on this map.
Gunman wanting to play this aggressively. Going already popped, goes for it. He's
Dude,
going to be good
he's
for the kill. But
so fast
Harvey
right now.
is able to find that headshot.
You shouldn't be doing this against the eco, but
Operator, a bit more firepower.
Like how
for him,
fast
but
he is.
Not exactly the weapon of choice that they would like to have as they get ready to attack this A site. Neural Depth getting the ping revealed. Frink sets up the salvos. Lays out the carpet. TP forward, and once again,
yeah.
it is trapped. It is red. It is shut
Mentioned
down.
the Buzz might be doing this a little bit. He's got to take a risk, and there's another one.
Such good reactions.
The solo Yoro on this map can
Frink
be
is just
rough,
so ready with those salvos to nullify
especially
the
when
neural
you got
depth.
no practice on the map.
Nigh impossible now for T1. Trying to find some opportunity maybe with that operator that Stax now has in his hands. I'd say if you were going to criticize anything DRX did in this round, it would just be setting Yunmin out on his own with an op.
Still got his.
He did.
God, it is.
And
Yeah.
the only reason I say that is just because I assume you're kind of gambling that you might be able to find that solo player, obviously get out with your dash, but you know T1's been stacking up so much in these mains.
The movement right now.
It's so funny. Yeah, there we go. There goes the op.
Right now, eyes are
Throwing
not
it off the
trained over
map.
towards tower, nor towards back of sight. As that's going to be a fall
And
line for
Kape might
Carpe, position, but the
might be
timing
able to get
just
to
not
here.
there. Three
They're not gonna be able
players
to
still
plant,
entrenched. They
but
would have to kill them in the blink of an eye. And Carpe now striking with it, trying to make it a little bit more costly, but even that Sheriff, as steady as it typically is, cannot
Yeah,
find that second
fast
shot.
map
Three
for
players
sure.
surviving. Cash aplenty across the board here for DRX. The coffers are full.
Yep. And that's why you can afford to go for these plays. One's so ready for it, but after that, the cookie crumbles, and it's the Tejo that
Yeah, this is
stalls
just-
all of this out. That really just leaves
Except for when they got
T1
the op and they just
stuck,
palm a
not
smoke
able
main,
to break
basically.
through the way that they were hoping.
Just cycling the
These are being read pretty nicely. Yeah, second
Astro.
time out from T1. Gotta try to stop the bleeding here. This has been a disastrous half so far, but see it all the time where teams
What
come
percent
back,
do I
even though
give
they've had a
Liquid
rough start.
today?
We saw it yesterday with Gen G.
Yeah.
So this
How
is
good Vitality are playing? I give them like
definitely still doable, and I
25,
think, honestly, you know, T1 I thought was
25%. I
okay
think
on
that
this map in the offseason.
I think
One
Liquid's
time
still
they
the best
played
of 5 at the moment because the map was good.
Clearly, you're starting to see they were avoiding it for a.
But I
pretty
think
decent
Vitality
reason.
look like they're gonna just dominate EMEA
to
at least
echo
this
back
year.
From the first year that we had seen, a best of 5, you're forced to use certain things in your map pool. It kind of reminds me of that first Lotus that we had seen from DRX in 2023
Oh,
versus
yeah, God.
Hyper X.
Yeah.
You giving them a 35? I like
For so
that.
very
I respect
long,
that.
We're like, oh, maybe they have something prepared. No,
Nope. No, it was hidden for a reason.
still looked pretty brutal, and right now it's shades of that.
It does. It does feel that way. And you knew no matter what that this is a map that DRX was going to be first picking. It is just such a good map for them. They really have such a good read on how to play it. Again, look at this mid control that they're taking early. Yunmin with the op being backed up by the Tejo, just in case there's a little peek out from Meteor or anything like that. Meanwhile, T1
Sideshow would
not
give him
comfortable,
0%.
not confident to
Yeah,
challenge
I mean
any of
Sideshow
those
gave
angles
him
because of that operator in
15%
play.
against
It'll
Furt.
be in the back of your
I have
mind.
no idea what he would have given him against BBL.
Might get a little bit of vision here. I think Meteor got spotted on the other side by Bane. Just gonna
Is
see
T1
Marco on
cooked?
this side.
Playing this
For this map,
position the
yeah.
entire time.
For the best of 5, no.
Wait out the stealth drone.
Spot on the 2 though.
Yeah.
Decent amount of information. Gate crash forward here. Mako positioned just behind where that TP would come into play, but looks like T1 not going to look to play around that B site. As Cam gets the spot out. Flashbang challenges in for the fight, and he wins it. Doesn't even take that much damage. Now Carpe
Doesn't even
picked off. Still lingering around in window.
couldn't even
Yep,
get the
just
confidence
snipes
to
him
win
down.
some of the
They don't have
50-50
any
duels
smokes.
on this
They don't
one
have
as
any
well.
breach utility.
It's gonna
How are
be
you meant-
gonna have to be a mental
Close it
reset, but
That's a fake out. Flashback readjust.
at least the
Buzz
map
does
that
manage
they
to come
knew
away
probably
with
coming
one.
into this that they were gonna lose anyway.
2v5 into a 2v4.
Oh, but look at Bane. Because
That
of that
chat? I'm pretty
mid-control,
sure it's
they're able to come at
tomorrow.
you from every angle. Oh, Buzz though.
We're broken, yeah. Shorty at that range, not going to do much there for Hyunmin, so Buzz is able to capitalize. But around the back, as you mentioned, Bane encroaching on their position now, and right now there is not much of a read of it. Buzz now starting to lend credence to this potential flank, and Bane will be able to strike first.
Dude, they look so comfy on this map as well. The comfort, the pure comfort difference is.
First, Bane taken down. But Mako swings the corner, has the headshot, and Frings got the defuse.
Yeah, this was nice. He did the Teo damage, so probably going to be
They just
trying
look
to
so
avoid
good right
it
now.
for the swing.
DRX is winning duels everywhere on the map. The operator helps, of course, taking down Carpe. But winning that one against Meteor is a big deal for Flashback because then he's able to double down
Would
on
you
it.
agree with
To the other side
Izu
of
being the
box.
best
ADS
T1 player? I mean T1 or Tier 1?
Buzz doing what he can here.
I think I say no for both, to be honest with you.
You know, the first thing that came to my mind when you're like, oh,
I like that you're a fan.
What can T1 do? And I'm like, Buzz go kill. Like, that's about your only option at that point. And he tried his damnedest, but still, with so much map control for DRX, just is so hard to read the timings and what angles they're going to be coming from. And especially when you're losing the fringe battles, you know, with that solo player you're leaving behind, that opens up so much space for DRX to maneuver. Look at Hyunmin again. This mid control completely ignored, completely
EMEA finals? No, they start
so far ahead.
they start at the normal time that EMEA starts now.
The rush forward here on the corner. Mako does get caught this time. Thought he made it around the corner, but ends up getting bogged down. Hyunmin watching the flank, however, and just absolutely rips Meteor apart. Down to 8 HP.
Team Killer in the YouTube chat. Hello, welcome into the membership. Thanks for that. 8 months, dude. I appreciate you so much.
Similarly, gets taken down.
They just can't get around
to
it.
Jun going to be cleared. Meteor desperately trying to make his way over.
Would BBL have qualified to Bangkok if they used the resin showers on Bind Against Liquid? No, they would not have. You've been watching too many TMB videos. If they played the round after, right? Maybe.
Up and over the box they go, Bane. The one who comes away with the kill as the defuse now gets started. And Meteor is still just a world away. The knives will finish him off as DRX decide who they want to give it to. Of course, it's going to be Bane. Get the Hunter's Fury online as they move up 10-1. Looking for damn near perfection in this opening half.
Again, even though there is a bit of a punchback, but
the massacre. Oh, yeah, this map is. This was always gonna, unless somehow
gets taken down that way, that little shift
T1 had been
adjustment of the angle there. Buzz gets caught trying to
tracking this map, and I don't know why they would have been packing this map because it's their ban.
This early tracking
it was always gonna end like this.
Makes it so much more difficult for T1 to kind of understand and hold their lines a little bit better. And they really have to force the issue at B-Link. They can't win the battles. That's been the story of the map for sure. Deep Dart not going to catch anything onto Hyunmin as he's tucked into a smoke. This time around, Buzz doing a little bit of peeking in towards mid. Actually going to send his gate crash all the way over in towards B-Link. And he TPs through with the dimensional drift. He's going to get a lot of info on the back of this site. This might just have to be a retake for DRX.
I don't know if they're going to be too bothered by that, just given how they have gone so far. Buzz now coming out of the dimensional drift. The Hunter's Fury going to be opened up for Bane, looking for the interrupt. The Cosmic Divide going to be called in.
It is chaos, man.
Trying to lock anybody who's already on the site in, lock the others out. It's freeing, going to be spotted, taken down so very low, push back the opposite side of the wall, but Meteor
look at what's going on.
Scales forward, taking some space.
All of the people that watch CS that were like, yeah, let's give Valorant a try. Just tuned out.
Cutting up the site here into quarters. But Hyunmin on this lurk, striking. Izu going to be taking down Flashback in at the same time, and a Bane up onto the Raptor. Finds one. Gets traded out. 2v3.
Okay, double?
Mako left standing.
Double in it. Double into 2.
T1 will at long last find themselves another round win.
Let's ignore the fact that it's an attack-sided map, and the DRX have one of the best attacks we've seen.
11-1 for DRX.
And
really
it's
like
kind of doable.
They decided to try to set this up, but T1 was able to get Cosmic Divide of their own and cut off enough of DRX to kind of keep them off balance. Great reaction play there from Meteor. Hyunmin lurking in those flanks, so annoying to deal with. Not much they could do, but see a little bit of I'm not going to call it happiness, but relief from T1 there that they're able to get out of at least the 10-2.
One more.
They're still in a snowball, yeah.
Certainly, you know, going over to the attacker side, it can't feel
What's
great.
the best Haven comp? I mean, at the moment, I would run the Fnatic Haven comp. I'm not sure it's the best one.
But
I think it has its weaknesses, but
this is quite a
you got to have
to try to dig oneself
legit ISO.
To say the least. And you know, the attacker side on this map generally pretty good for most teams. And DRX no slouches at all, so they ran it down against Gen G. So kind of curious what this is going to look like.
What went wrong for Heretics?
The pistol is a must-win.
Bit of everything, to be honest with you. Individual form is crazy off in comparison to the heights we've seen.
Are they going to be able to
and
keep a little bit more map control?
Just general teamwork, I guess, is like slightly off. Looks like they need like 3 extra weeks of practice.
And really, a lot of pressure going to be on Meteor. Try to lock some of these sites down. Him and Carpe.
Yeah, the individuals. I've never seen them lose that many aim duels.
Past library.
Waits until the cam gets re-toggled. Does get forced back.
Pecans with the prime. Thank you so much, dude. Pecans. I appreciate the prime usage, mate. Welcome in.
Get a lot of information in mid. Keep them a little bit more off balance. Make it a lot harder. Make them have to.
They've got 3 weeks of practice now, dude. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but
attempted lurks.
Out on their heels. Does he just go for the peek, or does he continue to pursue? At least grab the orb. Doesn't necessarily know they're out of audio range. But
is it mental stuff happening? It could be mental stuff happening. Mini made a pretty good. Mini had 2 theories. His first one I didn't really like. His second one, about this being the first time that they're like expected to do well and win, and you're no longer an underdog. That is that's actually pretty valid.
Yes, he will now be safe. That flank can be noted. Salvo's going forward, Carpe tucked in onto the bridge. Here alongside the Nebula's Gunman going for the entry. A little bit whippy there, back and forth.
Yeah, you know, normally we'll talk about like a permaban. Like it can be good to get some rounds, build up your confidence. T1 are losing so many angels that there is no confidence here. Oh my goodness. Might have been better to just not play this one. Just surrender before it started.
Been a real problem throughout this stage. Still looking a little bit off balance here in this first map. I mean, obviously, you know, how much of this is coming down to the fact that they played back-to-back grueling days of Valorant.
Yeah.
You know, you don't rarely see this kind of lack of just, frankly, mechanics.
And champs they're expected to win.
A little bit off balance. So might just need a map to kind of
interesting.
Stabilize.
I mean, yeah, but kind of we know how that ended.
From DRX, 4
That's also maybe a good point to back it up.
Pushed up so very aggressively. He just gets cut down to size. Tag there. Stax is gonna headshot.
Bane was playing bait the whole way. Jumping out there, bouncing around.
Drawing the attention. Nebula goes up. Spike gets planted, full kit on this Tejo for the post plant. As
T1, I'm very much expecting them to do a complete reset. It will look like a different team next map.
Meant to do swing out, Buzz. Apparently just meant to just get an absolutely nasty headshot there onto Gunman. And will eventually fall as shot darts get invested. Bane guns down Carpe, denying another ace here. But it's just an eventuality now.
This got Parmayito for the whole time the smoke was up.
Try to maybe go for a kill, but on the peek out, gets hacked up. He swings for it. Well, maybe he was just going to wait out for the spike. He does not bring. Finds another 4K. I think a third and fourth 4K of this map. All in the hands of DRX as they now move up to map point.
Yeah, it has just been tremendous stuff. Again, it's freeing in Bane, just like the last time we saw DRX on Abyss. Just absolutely having their way with the other squads. These initiators, so valuable for this DRX team. And they are so quick. So well aware. And even with some of these lurks from Buzz, I like the attempts from T1. I like what they're doing. They're just not able to hold the line on the sites long enough that really Buzz can find that much effect. And of course, with the weaker weaponry in the previous round, that doesn't help anything either. He's gonna be flashback with an outlaw, a couple guardians, bulldog, freeing with just a ghost.
Take flight.
Bane getting pretty close though to a Hunter's Fury.
Gets started, so doesn't want to go forward there into the Cloudburst. Now we'll go chasing in and immediately gets gunned down. Bane's well similarly going to be joining them in the grave as Buzz goes sent off the side of the map.
I mean, honestly, they got a pretty good go at it.
As DRX just kick in the door here on this A site. Good back from Mako. Head gets taken off. Carpe. Good with the shot.
Mod this guy again for the 1v2s.
As they now base in. The first one falling. Flashback tucking away.
It's always flashback with 1v2s.
Quietly, but the cam is set up for the spot.
Cage triggered.
The dart does not connect. He doesn't have vision. It's just a tap. Meteor not scaling forward, however. Plays it out patiently.
Nice.
Waiting on the sides of that cage.
Yeah,
finds
shutting
the
it
kill
down.
and gets T1 another round win.
God, that's so much damage done to T1 though. Yeah, look at their economy. DRX not going to have any problem buying up. Just carrying over the guns from their bonus for the most part.
9 more to go.
The initial hit looked like it was going to get shut down. And then Flashback finds just a tight angle around the corner with the Outlaw to take Buzz down. Just playing off of each other so well right now are DRX. That's something that they've been doing all stage. Coordination through the roof for them already. 3 Guardians, 2 rifles, and half armors is what T1 is able to scrape together. Do have the dimensional drift for Buzz. So you could find a way maybe to play for retake or a late round sort of
this first map, yeah.
gathering mission. See what they want to do. But I do like the way the Buzz is being
the trip
really
for the entry over towards B.
Appreciate that. This is something T1 is respecting. It's just DRX has been just so solid. It hasn't made that much of a difference.
Flashback just maintaining this control around mid while the spike gets ushered over towards the B site, freeing one away from having that annihilation online. If he can get the spike forward, get it planted, they'll have it for the post plant, and that could be the death sentence here for T1 on this map. Shockdart not going to be clearing out anything here. Trips still in play.
Honestly, this trip might work.
Along the side here.
Here we go.
Now drops down, spot out, gets the headshot on the Bane,
Oh, he chose a different path and
rushes forward. Yeoman, however,
well,
up into
the idea was nice.
Will find the
The
kill
idea
on
was
immediate.
there.
Carpe
It was
dead,
relatively
free.
nice.
Has that Armageddon already set to go. Dimensional drift from Buzz, just trying to scout things out. His flashback watches the flank and cuts down Izu. Buzz now with everything on his shoulders, but he cannot bear the weight. Stacks the IGL.
The map went pretty much how we thought it was going to go.
But he cannot respond. DRX.
Now the final can start, because this was always going to happen. Pick the permaban, nothing too much to worry about.
From DRX on
T1
Abyss.
should be easy
They are
reset.
so strong on this map.